I'm Danielle from Life is a Party. Welcome back. Today I'm sharing this beautiful strawberry themed picnic. We did a lot of projects on the Cricut to make the decor, which I'm going to show you how we did and how we set this all up.
Let's start with making this beautiful oversized sign. I went to the home improvement store and I got a pre-cut board off the shelf. It wasn't exactly the dimensions I wanted, so I got them to cut it down for me there. I think it was like $1, and then I sealed it with some poly seal. Then I was ready to get designing.
So I want to show you how I mocked up the sign in Cricut Design Space. I made a rectangle that are the dimensions of my wood, and I made it brown so that I could figure out the sizing of the font. And I've got this all arranged exactly how I want it to be. And because we're using the new Maker 3, we can cut oversized projects like this really easily. So this brown box was really helpful for creating my design, but I don't want to cut it out. So over here in the layers panel, I'm going to click on the eye, which is hide, and now it won't cut out. So when I click make it, it brings me over to the cut preview, and I'm going to select without a mat because I'm using the smart vinyl. And it's telling me to make sure I have at least 20 inches in length, and because I'm using the vinyl on the continuous roll, it's going to be really easy for me to cut out. So now I'm going to choose my material. So I'm using the smart vinyl, and I'm doing the removable because I want to be able to use this sign again in the future by just removing the lettering and replacing it with something else for another event or for decor. So now all I need to do is put in my fine point blade and I'm ready to cut. For this project, we're using the removable vinyl, and it's so great. We don't need the mat, so we can do oversized cuts on the Maker 3, perfect for any kind of sign making like this. So the cut has just finished, and you can see the long, bigger than matte piece out the front, and this continuous roll that we can just cut off now that our cut is finished there, and it'll be ready for next time.
Once this piece was all cut out, then I just used the weeding tool to remove the excess vinyl. Once it was all weeded, I applied some transfer tape, and then it was time to add it to my plywood. I used my ruler to line it up, and then the scraper tool, and it turned out great. I used the sign as part of our picnic to welcome guests with a strawberry plant, and I love how it turned out. I used my Cricut to make some more elements for the party: berry baskets, strawberry straws, and 3D strawberries. So let me show you how. To make the berry basket, it's a project from Cricut Design Space, so search for Market Berry Basket, and it should come up under Cricut Projects. Click on it, and you can go into Customize. So it's all ready to go. We just hit make it, and you can cut it out on 12 by 12 inch out of the craft paper. Once it's cut out, just glue it together with your glue gun, and it's ready for berries. To make our strawberry straw, just type in strawberry social paper straw in the search box, and then scroll down to Cricut Projects, and it should be the first one there. It's a Cricut Access project. We're going to customize it. So here's what it looks like once you bring it in to customize it onto your canvas. And I actually want the background to be the matching green to the leaves, not brown. So the easiest way to change it is to go to Color Sync, which is in the Layers panel, and just drag and drop the brown down to the green, and then it will sync those colors together. I'm also going to select all and duplicate. And I want to cut out 4 of the straw pieces at a time, but I want them to be 4 different colors, various shades of red and pink. So with this one that I've duplicated, I'm just going to click on one of the berries over here in the layers panel and go up to change the color to pink. And then to change out the rest of these, the easiest way is to go back into color sync. And you see this one line that's one short of a berry. That'll be my group for this one. So I'm going to drag those down, and I have to do each one. And you can see over here on my canvas now that those are all pink. So I can go back to layers, and I will select the whole group again and duplicate again. And then I'll just do the same thing again to change the color. So I've selected the top one in the layers panel. I can go up here and choose another variation of pink or red, or I can even go down to advanced and change it that way. Maybe I'll make this one a really deep red. And then once I have one changed, I can go over to color sync again and drag this row down. And then I would do that whole process one more time, and then that means that I can cut them out all at once, and all the green will cut on one sheet rather than having to cut each one out individually and reload that green sheet. I'll hit make it. I'm going to be cutting cardstock on a mat. And you can see over on this side that I've got the 4 different shades of pink and red to cut out individually, but the green pieces will all cut out on the same piece, so that'll save me a little bit of time. To make the straw, you're going to score along the pieces that have a score line and glue them together like a fan, and then they just go on the backer pieces with the leaves and onto the straws. The 3D strawberry is another project from Cricut Design Space, so you can search for 3D strawberry and go down to Cricut projects. This is the one I used, the Zoe one, so we'll click on it and customize. The project is all set up and ready to go. I did the dimensions that are here, but instead of white vinyl for the seeds, I used gold. I just thought it would tie into my tablescape nicely, so you can go to make it. And for the material for this one, I would choose iron-on vinyl, and then the strawberry itself and the stem are just cardstock. Once your vinyl's all cut, it's time to weed it. It takes a minute to get all those little tiny seed details.
So we're going to apply the vinyl to the cardstock strawberry, and I'm using the Easy Press Mini on the lowest setting, and you just use it like a very tiny iron. And let it cool for a few seconds, and then you just slowly remove the backing, and if any aren't stuck, you can go over them a second time as needed. And it creates this really cool effect on the cardboard and sticks really well. So we're going to assemble our strawberry. It has the seeds on it, and now I'm just going and scoring it on the score lines. And I'm going to put mine together with hot glue, which is probably the quickest and the easiest. So that makes up the bottom, and then these little tabs glue under the piece beside it to do the top. And depending what you're using these for, I mean, they're really cute just as decorations, but I wanted to use mine like a little party favor for my guests to take home. So I wanted to put some candy in, and as you can see, this is the moment to do it. So I have some strawberry chocolates that are individually wrapped, so that's kind of perfect. Just tuck that in. And the last one. And then to make the stem for the top, you have these two pieces, and this guy just folds up, and then it goes through the slot for the leaf piece. And you can just put a bit of hot glue on the tips of these and kind of press it down gently into the glue. And I'm gonna put another little dab from the stem piece just to hold it on. And then there's our finished strawberry, and they're so cute. So the picnic is set up in a shady corner of my garden. I use the coffee table, which is perfect because you can still set an elevated table, but with cushions and pillows, it still feels like a picnic and fun bunting. I started off the table with this pretty pink gingham runner, and it's actually just fabric from the fabric store that I hemmed, so that's a great tip for entertaining. And then I wanted the food to be part of the centerpiece, so I picked up some of my favorite strawberry desserts at my favorite nearby bakery. And then we've got our beautiful berry boxes overflowing with fresh strawberries. And the flowers are a mixture of store-bought and some from my mom's garden. I put them in vintage jam jars. It made me think of strawberry jam, and I thought it was a nice touch. For the place setting, I just went with simple white dishes. The napkins are a dip dye ombre, and I'll put a link to the tutorial if you want to make them. I love the white and gold cutlery, simple stemless wine glasses. And then we have our homemade straws that we did on the Cricut with the strawberries. They look adorable. And of course, there's also our strawberry favors. We did them in different colors. I wanted to tie in all the different tones of pinks and reds for this table.
Here it is, all finished and ready for our friends to come over. Love how it turned out. The sign looks great too.
I hope you love this strawberry picnic as much as I do. I think it's one of my favorites ever, and I had a lot of fun making all the really pretty elements on our Cricut machine. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video, and happy summer entertaining.